Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be testing out the 26.2 Sulfur Cube update, or I guess the snapshot. There are some new features related to sulfur. As you can see, we will be testing these today, and I guess let's have some fun with those features. In order to find this biome, we need to find a structure called the Sulfur Spring. And I've located this, and now we're gonna just go towards it. I think it's around this area. Located the nearest sulfur cave. It's actually relatively close to spawn. Let's look at the block sets first, and then we'll see. So apparently there is one right below us. Though I don't see a sulfur spring, it seems they don't generate always. But I also tried to place them, like place sulfur spring. But it seems like the command is kind of broken. That's where one is supposed to be, and it's like invisible. I do not know why. As you can see, the water color is green, which was all shown in Minecraft 5. But let me give myself some night vision. There we go. And you can now also see the new Sulfur Cube mob. This is such a cute mob. But let's actually analyze this biome. The biome is made out of Cinnabar and the new sulfur blocks. That's cool, I guess. Let's see. These guys have an interesting sound when you place them. But also, you can tell these two are really, like, similar in texture, or is it just me? They look like really similar. This also looks like a brighter version of Netherrack. And also, there is the polished sulfur block, which is also having its own blocks. Get out of the way, creator. There you go. That's also a really cool block. But we also have these sulfur bricks. Look at that. That looks pretty cool as well. And you might know that it's kind of more desaturated from the ones in Minecraft 5. And, I don't know why they did that. I don't know. The Cinnabar, I think, looks the same to me. But that's kind of weird. And similarly to most block sets, there's also a chiseled version, which looks similar to this guy. And you're noticing how he really wants to have this block. But we're gonna ignore it for now. So, the sulfur block set down. Let's look at the Cinnabar block. Oh, and I forgot to mention, there's also regular sulfur stairs, walls, and slabs. I guess that also exists. Now, with the sulfur block set down, let's move on to Cinnabar. Cinnabar has its own stairs, slabs, and walls, which kind of looks like the netherrack slabs and walls, but they don't have it in the netherrack slabs. They don't exist. We also have beloved. Get out of the way, man. I'm gonna record something here. The polished versions of Cinnabar. This kind of looks like polished andesite to me, but this is the polished sulfur block. I don't really see the difference again in texture. This really reminded me of polished andesite, and it kind of looks different, similar to in texture. Together with those blocks, we also get the bricks of Cinnabar. These, I think, are my favorite blocks. They're actually so bright and funny. This could really go well in the nether. And obviously, the last one is our chiseled Cinnabar block, which actually is a spider, which I'm hearing, by the way. I don't know where it is. Oh, there you are. That spider. Why? That's a cave spider. Yeah, apparently cave spiders spawn in sulfur caves. Oh, that's great. This is a sulfur. Also, I found that just a sulfur water cave mixed with a dripstone cave. This is actually pretty funny. To be honest, these are fairly common. This is the one over wherever we were. There's one right here. There's one over there. There's a lot of these. This is the new structure I was talking about. It's not really a structure, it is bubbles. And if you go inside, you get nauseous. Why is this? Is it just magma cubes? No. It's potent sulfur. Basically sulfur, but brighter. And it causes these bubbles to appear, these yellowish bubbles. And also the bubbles underwater, which make it nauseous. So swimming in this water gives you nausea, which actually has a beacon effect outline. I don't know if that's supposed to be there, but yeah, this is a relatively small one. There are bigger ones that can spawn, but in general, this is actually a pretty cool biome that Minecraft added to the game. Now that we went through this now that we went to the Cinnabar and the Sulfur and the Potion Sulfur, let's go through our favorite new mob, the Sulfur Cube. And to be honest, this guy's already super cute. You might have noticed when I picked up the Cinnabar, it was going towards me, but whenever you put a block inside of it, the Sulfur Cube's AI is completely disabled. Also, you can use a shear to shear off the block, re-enabling its AI. And as you saw, it follows me to absorb the block I'm holding in my hand. And then it freezes up. It also goes to the blocks nearby. Let me drop. And look, it absorbed them, and now he is just like this. So now he has absorbed the block, and now we can punch him. This is a cool feature. Now we can punch the Sulfur Cube around. Depending on which one you have inside, it has different bounciness effects. Let's try out all different archetypes that the Sulfur Cube can, I guess, use. Now this is the regular one, using stone. And it's medium speed, medium bounciness, medium ground friction, and low air drag, and it's buoyant in water. Now what I want to test is it scales with how much damage you can take. So right now here, whenever I tilt, it bounce more. Oh, it definitely did bounce more. So I think the bounciness definitely scales before a weapon can hit it. Which, if you play like something like soccer or like turkish football, it definitely like hurt more. Let me shear it off. Like, bring it here. What's he doing? Get over here. So to show another one of the features, this guy is completely invulnerable if there's a block inside. Nothing can kill it. You cannot die from fall damage. It is completely invincible. But now that that guy's floating over there, let's test out the other archetypes. For the Sulfur Cube, there is the bouncy version, which is very bouncy. I guess it's basically when wood blocks are absorbed. It's extremely bouncy. Look how bouncy it is. So it's basically fast speed, high bounciness, medium ground friction, and low air drag, and it is buoyant. Let me do a better example here. This log is what they use on Minecraft Live. It's really bouncy. Now we have slow flats. You can use an iron block for an example here. It's extremely, like, it doesn't go at all. Next we have fast flats. It's basically the same thing, but it's extremely fast. Look at this. In comparison, it's really fast. And I think this one compares to soccer ball a little more than the other ones. But next up, then we have the light version, which is also with the wool blocks. And look how light it goes. And now if I hit it out there, you can see how it like ever so slightly floats down when I hit it. It's extremely light, but I can't seem to get it floating in the air. So I'm just gonna showcase how it floats down. Oh, there we go. Let's see how it goes down faster. If there's an iron block inside. Let's see how that drops. See how fast it goes down. But with a wool block, oh, that one fell. The wool block, it floats down. Have you seen that? Now if you put ice inside of them, they actually slide around, which is a really funny thing to see. This one is a fast sliding archetype. Now if you take a mushroom block and put it inside, it's a slow sliding type. Yeah, and I can see it's kind of not that slow. I don't think a mushroom would slide around like that. There are also two special archetypes you should show, and I hope they make TNT explosions one, as you literally cannot put TNT inside of these guys. Like, see, you cannot put TNT inside of them, which is kind of sad. If you put soul sand or soul soil into one of these, they'll get the archetype of high resistance, which is basically they cannot move at all. And I'm just gonna showcase this with a netherite sword, so they cannot move at all. It's extremely slow to move them. It's high resistance. Now I'm just gonna shear these guys to showcase the last block. It is the honeycomb block, the only block that has this property, which is sticky. This thing will stick to walls and stuff. It's really funny. There is still some things you need to know. You can use a bucket on one of these fellas and bucket them. Not only that, you can bucket them with a block inside. You'll see that it contains white wool. Oh, there's zombie here. We're good when I demonstrate the next feature. You can clearly see that these contain that, and now you cannot kill them. But if you kill one of the normal guys, they will split into two mini ones. And these will eventually grow up into the big buddies. I guess you got nothing. That's really sad. There's some additional things you need to know about these. The bubbles are only produced if they're up to 4 water source blocks above it. And up to, which means you can see there's some of these produced here. And this cloud also spreads across water in a maximum radius of 3 blocks. Like, there's only one of them here, and it spreads to all the blocks. And look at that, it's gone. So if we just put a few of them here, it just spreads. And look at that, it's already covered the whole thing. It doesn't have to be directly under it, it still causes the same thing. Also craft potent sulfur with 9 sulfur. And this can also be crafted back to 4 sulfur, which is kinda not how it works. But I guess, yeah. Just for your info, the snapshot is testing Vulkan support, which is like a new lighting or rendering system, I don't really know. And it's supposed to make vibrant visuals easy. Now, I don't really have a way to test this. Like, you can see everything here. I don't really know how to test this, but I haven't seen a little bit of difference in lighting at all. For me, you can test a snapshot and you can test it in rendering. The OpenGL system Minecraft uses up until now is, I think, from the 90s. It's really old and it's outdated, so they want to update to something called Vulkan. It's experimental and may not be as permanent or stable as they said. But that's it for the snapshot. Personally, I wish they just added the ability to use these with TNT. And I don't know how, and I guess my suggestion for these would be if you put TNT inside of them when they currently can't, you can see which blocks they can hold, they follow you. Like if you hold a block, they can take it. Yeah. So my suggestion, if they hit a wall, they'll explode. If they impact, or if you hit them, they'll also explode. But I don't know how to do that, I guess. If you hit them, that's kind of bad. If you hit them with a redstone block, maybe. Like, we already have like a sticky one and the soul sand one, the high resistance one. Those are special archetypes. Maybe they add some new ones with the TNT. That would be pretty cool. So dispensers, they can equip and like bucket these guys, but I don't think that's too much important. You can make some things with redstone, which is really funny. That was it for the video. Like I said, 26.2 snapshot-1. And I would really like the functionality for TNT to be added. You can test it out right now. It is out as of a few hours. I guess have your fun with these Sulfur Cubes. And they've also been out in beta preview for a week, but nobody cares about that. Goodbye.